I want to get really real with you today on the vlog. I am sitting out on my patio and the weather is just spot on perfect, 72 degrees, it's sunny. I mean, you could not ask for a better day. I couldn't ask for a better day, a better patio. I love it. I'm out here editing, working on some of the chamber stuff. I've got other pieces that I can work on. And I was sitting inside and I was like, why? Why am I sitting inside? I need to be outside. And it just clicked, like, dude, just edit outside. So that's what I'm doing. But I had to take a break because something really clicked in my mind. A few months ago when we were in Iceland, I made an introspective video, and really it wasn't to anybody but me. Like, I don't even know why I posted it to YouTube, but it was more like a pep talk and almost like a midlife crisis, even though I'm not midlife yet, a very existential something. And in that, I questioned what I was doing. And for the last year, I had been honestly kind of down. I hate using the word depressed, but ultimately that's what I was. The reality was that I was stuck at a particular place in life that I felt like I couldn't get out of. And that is one of the worst feelings in the world, is to feel like you're actually stuck. I felt like I was really stuck in life, and I felt like I couldn't go anywhere. I felt like I was bound to the American dream, nightmare, slavery that it is. And that was in August. And that was really the culmination of all the feelings that I had been dealing with, honestly, for like another year prior to that. And the point is, I really felt stuck. Like, I felt like I was going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again for the rest of my life, and not really getting to be who I was or do what I loved. It was at a point in my life where I was just about to turn 34, and we were in Iceland, and I had been just really watching the culture. Because that's what I like to do when we travel, is just dig into the culture and learn about it, learn about the people, their ways, you know, their jobs, the way they live, all those things. And I saw a group of people that, despite a lot of hardships that they'd had in the past, even just 20 years ago, I saw a people that were genuinely happy to get up in the morning and to do what they were going to do for the day. My point is that as a people, they didn't come off as enslaved like we do in America. And like it or not, that's what we are. We're enslaved to our debt. We're enslaved to the economy. And most of the time, we're enslaved to the employer that we work for. And I made a comment back then on that video, which I'll link down below as well if you want to go watch it. I was tired of making somebody else's dreams come true at the expense of my own. This time a year ago, May 2018, I was probably in one of the most unhappy times that I had ever experienced in my life. And it wasn't because of family or job or anything. I had a great job. I loved the people I work with. It was a good job. I did good things. But at the end of the day, I was enslaved to a mortgage. I was enslaved to a job that I had to get up and go to every morning at a set time and do the same things over and over and over again without ever really getting to be myself or express my talents in a way that I felt like I could really be used. And it was a hard time for me. And on top of that, of course, you've got house upkeep, and we were renovating the house. And, you know, it just goes along with like mowing the yard, and we had a huge yard. All those things began to compound, and I just felt so in despair because I felt like that was going to be the only thing that we could ever do for the rest of our life because of the trap that we had fallen into with our careers and with our home even. So after going to Iceland, it was such an eye-opening experience because I saw a culture and I saw people that lived so much differently and lived happily. Now, again, I'm gonna say that not everybody's happy all the time. You can't be happy all the time. You need to embrace those moments of despair or sadness and really deal with them. And I feel like that was what I did there in Iceland when I made that video. The point is, it's a year later from May 2018, and I'm sitting on my patio working on editing videos, enjoying the weather. This is what I wanted to do. And if somebody had told me a year ago that this was where I would be, I would have laughed at them and would have really laughed. Like, it would have been an utter joke for somebody to say in a year you're going to be working on weddings and corporate videos and business vlogs and your own channel a lot. I just wouldn't have believed it because it didn't seem possible. Like, I saw no way in my mind to make that work. When I made that Iceland video, I said, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm going to make it work. But honestly, I had no plan. I had no idea how to do that. I'm tired of being forced to make other people's dreams come true when I don't even have the time and opportunity to attempt to make mine come true.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
For me to be able to do something to affect that situation felt pretty grim. And there was not much chance of me being able to escape the rat race. And what happened in February, if you've been following the vlogs, is that I lost my job. And, you know, while those things are like an insanely big shock to you, it has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. I worked at that place for 12 years. 12 years of loyalty, 12 years of 9 and 10 hour days, and 12 years of making somebody else's dreams and goals come true while mine sat on the side and waited. And don't get me wrong, I loved the people that I worked with, and it was a good job, and the owners were great. I mean, there was nothing to complain about. But at the end of the day, I still wasn't able to use the talents that I'd been given and the goals and dreams that I had set aside for so long. That February became something that I could reach my hand out to. So I'm making this video just to be really open. This is an open letter to my subscribers and hopefully an encouragement. You may be at a point in life where you feel like that. You feel like nothing's ever gonna change. You feel like you can't get out of the situation that you're in. You feel like you're stuck at a job or a house or whatever. I want you to know that you're never truly ever fully stuck. We made the decision when we got back from Iceland to sell our house. And that was the best thing we could have ever done, is to sell the house. We loved our house, it was a big house, but we didn't utilize the space anyway. And I was tired of mowing the yard, and we were tired of paying a mortgage payment. Because with a mortgage comes full responsibility of that property. And sure, you own it, but that's the problem, is that you own it. And so anything that goes wrong with it, you're completely and totally and utterly responsible to take care of it. And some of our dreams, some of our goals, some of the things that we wanted to do. We wanted to be more active in church. We wanted to be more active travelers. I wanted to be an active filmmaker. And when you're worried with working on a house all the time and mowing the yard 2 and 3 times a week, you just can't do that. And so selling our house allowed us to make a little money and free up that I don't even know what you call it, that bondage that we were under to a mortgage, and not only to the mortgage, but to complete upkeep of the house. And so you might make the comment, well, now you're just paying rent, so you're never going to own anything. And that's true. That's super true. But here's the thing, like if the AC goes out, I don't have to worry with it. I just call somebody. Sink messes up, ring the phone, send an email. It allows us to be able to travel. We don't have to worry with anything here, and it's freed our minds, just because at the end of a year, if we want to move, if we want to move to Colorado or Hawaii or Iceland, New York, we can do it. What's stopping us? We're no longer stuck under a mortgage that we have to worry with. We're on a 1-year lease. That's great, okay? That was the first step. The second step was just making myself get up earlier and earlier to work on stuff, to take that extra reach so that I could start grabbing some small projects here and there, and started that wedding cinematography business that is really blossoming into something now. You're just never stuck, okay? Now, I'm not telling you just to walk out of your job today. In fact, that would be really stupid. You need to be at a place where you're able to, take care of yourself. And yeah, it's hard, but save up a year's worth of money that will provide enough stuff for your family or you or whatever, and then quit if that's what you want to do. If you want to get out of the job, if you want to get out of your mortgage, go ahead and put your house on the market. It'll sell. Be patient. You can't do it overnight. And here's the thing, like, anybody that's a success on YouTube, everybody says, oh, well, it happened overnight, like Peter McKinnon. But he's made the point that it did not happen overnight. It took him 10 years of struggling and just grinding to get to that point where it seemed like it happened overnight. With me, it took 12 years to get where I'm at today. Now, it did, in that sense, it happened overnight, because one day I was there and the next, here I am, an entrepreneur. But it takes time to build those things up. So don't ever think that you're stuck. I know you may feel like it. I know what that feels like, so you're not alone. But you can get out there and you can make something happen. You just have to try. You have to put in that extra little effort. You have to really think about the goals that you have and focus on them. And you need to be real with yourself. Can you achieve this in a year? If you can't, then don't expect it to happen in a year. Being real and accepting the situation for what it is one of the best things that you can ever do in life. So if you want to start a filmmaking business, if you're interested in doing videography for events, or maybe a photography business, or whatever else it is, consulting, ministry, just anything, whatever it is that you want to do, you're not stuck, okay? You may be making somebody else's dreams come true right now, but if you put in that extra work, you get up at 5:30, you take that extra reach, try to get you some small gigs, little things like that, save as much as you possibly can. Don't eat out, just eat cheap. Don't buy new gear all the time. I'm a huge person about that, although I did just buy some new gear. But make a concerted effort, and you'll be surprised what the outcome might be. But just remember, you're not stuck, okay? You're never stuck. I'm Hyatt. I'm a daily vlogger and filmmaker. I hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. Show a couple bands, listen on the Instagram, and nobody getting fans that way. Yeah, when you really dumb,
you ain't a businessman, man. I promise you the plan ain't gonna work. Yeah.